Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, the Honorable Mr. Fuad Abdullah, SPD, MPD, as the Lecturer of Grammar in Multimodal Discourse. We from Group 4 would like to present the result of our research entitled Scrutinizing the Lecturer's Communicative Hand Gestures During English Classroom Management, a Multimodal Perspective. But before we go into the presentation session, please allow me to introduce myself and also my group members. My name is Ningsih Yulianti, who will be the moderator for today's presentation. And Group 4 consists of Evi Hovifa Hasan, Fridayanti Aulianur, Novi Febrianti, and Isti Yudistiani Aripa. Our presentation today will be conducted into three main sections. The first one is introduction, the second one is method, and the last one is finding and discussion. Without any further ado, let's go to the first section, which is introduction. It will be delivered by Isti Yudistiani Aripa and then continued by Fridayanti. So the floor is yours.
All right, thank you to the moderator. So, on introduction, we start with the background of the research about the teacher's communicative gesture during English classroom management, starting with the reason why teaching activities are a key component in creating an effective learning environment and the link between the teacher's ability as a mentor and facilitator and the classroom influence how the teacher manages the classroom. Furthermore, it was explained that one of the teacher's strategies in managing the classroom was a collaboration between students and teachers. It also explained effective communication, and going into the explanation of hand gesture is the focus of our research. In the research context, we provide a foundation and understanding of why this research was carried where it is explained the impact and urgency of research on the use of hand gesture by teachers in managing classes. It was started that hand gesture are a form of nonverbal communication that teachers can use to reinforce their verbal message. The use of appropriate hand gesture can help increase student understanding and involvement in learning. It is then followed by an explanation of the positive impact of using hand gesture by the teacher in the classroom. So maybe that's all from me. For the next will be continued by Frida. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So here there are some previous studies and some pertinent ideas that we had in this research. We took some previous studies that have alignment with the research topic we are taking, and the alignment is regarding the influence of gestures on classroom management. Some of the researchers we reviewed agrees that the gestures made by the teacher have an important role in managing the classroom, especially in the English classroom. And the novelty of this research is that this research scrutinized teacher gestures, one of which is hand gestures that is used to manage English class, especially for the professional level by using a multimodal perspective. And then the next part is some pertinent ideas. In this part, we define some of the concepts contained in the title, some pertinent ideas such as teaching activity, English classroom, classroom management, and hand gesture communication. That's all for the background. Back to the moderator.
Thank you very much, Fridayanti, and also Isti Yudhistini Aripa for such a nice explanation about the introduction part of our research. Next, let's move to the methods that we use in conducting our research. It will be delivered by Evi Hovifa Hasan. So Evi, please.
All right, thank you, Ningsih. Okay. In this research, we use the qualitative research method. It was selected since qualitative research method are particularly good at examining and developing theories that deal with the role of meanings and interpretation. And in this research, we try to find the meaning and interpretation of teacher hand gesture. This analysis, we use teaching video from Scott Bruckner. It is taken from the Long Beach City College YouTube account. We analyze the hand gesture of Scott while him teaching. The reason we choose this video because it is from a trusted affiliation, and then the lecturer, Scott Bruckner, it is an experienced professor, and most importantly, the learning process at a professional level. Okay, for the instrument, in this research, we use document analysis in the form of public documents. The document is in the form of classroom management in teaching English. And then for the analysis procedure, the first, we explore the issues about teaching management and then determine the method of analysis. After we collect the data, it is from YouTube. And then the data analyzed with the method that has been determined, the data analyzed the video capture into parts of image and then analyze and put into writing. For the data analysis, the data in this research analysis using a multimodal framework. The framework is Functional Multimodal Discourse Analysis, or SFMDA. SFMDA is an extension of the systemic functional theory development by Halliday in 1994. Okay, we use the Castor analysis as the SFMDA by Martinek. Martinek divided the Castor analysis into two types. The first is performative Castor and the second communicative Castor. But in this research, we just focus on communicative Castor. I think that's all for the method. Back to Ningsi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Effie, for such a great explanation about the method part of our research that we utilized in conducting our research. Next, everyone, let's move to the main part of our research, which is the finding and discussion. It will be delivered by Novi, so time and place is yours.
All right, thank you, Nixie, for giving me the opportunity. In here, I will explain the finding that we find in the analysis. After analyzing hand gesture in the teaching conducted by Scrutinizer, we found that there are 15 gestures included in hand gesture. This gesture include, as you can see in the picture number 1, this is instruction to wait by raising both palm forward, which aim to provide an illustration so that it encourages students to understand the material being conveyed. And then the picture number 2 is handing the paper, which aim to manage classroom activity so that the activities carried out during learning are more structured. And then the third picture is pointing to the student, which aim to generate and maintaining student attention so that student can be more focused while participating in learning activities. And then based on Martinek 2000, we classified the gesture that we analyzed into 3 parts, namely independent gesture, like picture number 1, where the gesture is common gesture and it's done without verbalization. And then number 2 is correspondent gesture, like picture number 2, where the gesture is done simultaneously with verbalization so that there are no multiple interpretation. And then the last is dependent gesture, like picture number 3, where the meaning of the gesture is very dependent on verbalization. Maybe that's all. I give it back to the moderator.
Thank you, Novi, for such a clear explanation about the finding and discussion of our research. So, as we have discussed all the parts of our research, everyone, let's take a conclusion. So, to conclude, the lecturer in the video that we analyzed, or Scott Bruckner, did not do many gestures in order to manage the classroom conditions. For example, instructing the students to be silent, for example, because the students are already adults, they are university students. So that's why he put more focus on generating and maintaining the students' attention. Consequently, the lecturer made use of communicative hand gestures in creating better classroom atmosphere as he managed the classroom better. And when students actually pay attention to the lecturer and what he explained, it is also the higher chance that students' understanding can be enhanced as well. So I think this can be like a conclusion for us as the future English teachers to make use of gestures, especially communicative hand gestures, so that the students' understanding can be enhanced. All right, so maybe that's all the presentations from our group. Thank you very much. We hope that our research can be beneficial for everyone, especially the future English teachers. Signing out, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.